Alright guys, so some sad news if you didn't know. The third richest man in Malaysia, Ananda Krishnan, the person who was responsible for Astro mainly that we know of. Then of course we have Maxis as well. Recently passed away. So rest in peace. And of course it was just a few weeks after Tun Daim passed away.
Yes.
And they are both actually at the same age. So we have two, you can say, significant contributors of the country that has left us. Today we're going to focus on Mr. Ananda, which is AK.
Correct.
And one company that he owns under his investment holding company, Usaha Tegas.
Yes.
Which is Bumi Armada.
Yeah. But before that,
Too busy to find stock ideas? Check out Fire Pro to shortcut your research time and effort by 90%. 10% off link in the comments and description.
Just want to share a little bit on the similarities on Tun Daim and also AK. Interestingly, they are both born in 1938, same age as well. Both are low profile. They have local and international businesses. They are also both multi-billionaires. For Tun Daim, we don't know how much wealth he has. He's still under the MACC's investigation. They are trying to break down his net worth and everything. But Ananda Krishnan, we know that in 2024's April, 2024, he's actually the sixth.
Yes, but to be clear, no. So he's the sixth richest group entity. Sorry, not even entity. I think the clarification is not very clear for Forbes, because if you look at number 3, 4, and 5, they are actually combination of people. They siblings, Lee Chuyo and Kun, right, which is the press metal guys.
Exactly.
So, but if you just categorize by individuals, he's number 3. So it would be Robert Kwok, Kwek Ling Chan, and AK. Anyways.
Yeah, and also another fun fact is the Tun Daim, I didn't know that he got 10% stake in Nestle. So that's like 3 billion. Just like one stake only. But he has Tun Daim. But he has like multiple listed companies stake in those companies. But yeah, Nestle. So these are a few companies that is linked to them. Tun Daim is Avilion, Berhad, and so Plenitude. But the one that is interesting is actually AK. He has Maxis, Bumi Armada, and Astro Malaysia Holdings Berhad. Why is it interesting? So there's actually a few corporate developments. So for Maxis Berhad, they are potentially going to be partnering or maybe even buying a stake in U Mobile. So if you guys didn't know the U Mobile, what's happening, right? They are actually the second. They're going to be, they won the bid to be the second 5G network. So there's actually DNB and also the second 5G network that we still don't know, unclear who is it. But right now we know that U Mobile is the one that is getting the second 5G network. It's still, and also DNB. So Maxis is initially under the DNB's the first 5G network guy. But looking at these news, probably Maxis will go to U Mobile, assuming if let's say this merger or partner or even the buying up stake kind of come into fruition. So this will be something interesting to see whether they do that. But it is still under proposal, it's still in all talks. So Maxis is one of the interesting, but the main highlight here is actually Bumi Armada.
Yes.
So if you look at, you see the share price, it actually has been toppled down quite a lot already, almost 80 to 90% down since 2014. But what's interesting is MISC may be merging with Bumi Armada. And the analysts from CIMB, they did say that potentially the total value of this venture will be around 14.6 billion valuation. So, and they also did say that it's going to be doing a share swap arrangement. So it's not going to be MISC is not going to buy cash upfront. They're going to be doing some share swap. It's similar to AAX and also Capital.
Yeah, and of course, MISC is backed by Petronas, and Petronas have been wanting to get into the FPSO business, and so instead of building up from scratch, why not acquire?
Yes, exactly. So you can see the recent quarterlies also is not that bad. You can see that profit is actually coming back, recovering already, except for quarter 4 2023, there was a one-off loss making. But in general, if you look at their past few years, right, the profits has been pretty good, pretty decent. But the not so decent side is their cash flow, their debt, and also the return on invested capital for this company. A good comparison is between them and also Yinsen. So you can see that how Yinsen performs versus how Bumi Armada. A lot of people like Yinsen as compared to Bumi Armada.
It's always better run. And of course, I cannot verify this 100%, but speaking to people in the industry, they have a view that that Yinsen actually accepts deals a lot harder when they are trying to negotiate. They don't their bar is a lot higher, whereas Bumi Armada has the perception, again, I don't know how true it is, the perception that they would be more willing to grab on deals if it means that they have lower margins, or they just want more sales, right? That's basically.
I see. Okay, but this so this is a not so decent part. On paper it looks good, but in reality may not be so good. But the merger between MISC and Armada created a lot of bullish outlook from all of these institutions. You can see that their target prices are pretty high up there, especially for MIDF. They think that it's going to be up 60%. So we're not going to cover through every single one, but in summary, they just say that, number one, earnings are getting better. Number two is the merger probably is going to be benefiting Bumi Armada a lot. And also the third reason is they say that they are trading at less than NTA, which is your net tangible asset. I think their tangible asset is around, like, one of the analysts say it's around 96 cents a share. So yeah, if let's say they do a share swap, MIC going to acquire, would they buy it at 96 cents? We don't know. Probably it's going to be lower because usually they want to buy it.
But I think one thing we discussed in our research team, so one thing for sure is that if the deal goes through, it'll be more beneficial to Bumi Armada shareholders than it will be to MISC. Because let's say if, I think the key word here was the NTA.
Yes.
Right? These are usually companies, when you buy them below NTA, there's a reason why you buy them below NTA. And the reason is because these assets are actually not functioning properly, right? That's why you want to pay less for what the asset is on the market to account for that, uncertainty or lack of performance. But what is different with Armada is that they are a company trading under NTA with strong profits and cash flows. So that means the assets are functioning, but somehow they are under NTA. Not only are they under NTA, if the analyst is correct that the NTA is 96 cents per share, it is severely, severely below NTA. Now, going back to my point about the MISC merger, why it's more beneficial to Bumi Armada shareholders is because even if let's just say they come to the conclusion that the price at which they swap the shares, the value and all that, is 96 cents per share, which is the NTA. That'll be the best case, right? Because from 55 cents now, or 56, whatever it is, it's almost a double. But let's say even if MIC tries to push it down to 70 cents, 55 cents to 70 cents is still a pretty decent gain. It is almost close to a 30% gain, right? So no matter how I see it, so far, I think Bumi Armada shareholders will be the happier ones.
Exactly. So which leads us to this question, whether will MISC shareholders disagree or not?
And whether it's up to, I guess, the numbers are the most important, or will Petronas say, no, we just need this acquisition because we really want an FPSO?
Yeah, well, definitely there will be quite a number of unhappy MIC shareholders.
Sure. There'll be more than Bumi, right? I think for Bumi Armada, there will be unhappy shareholders only because they couldn't get a higher price. So obviously, if I own Bumi Armada, I'll be saying I would love it to be 1 ringgit. That's what I would love it to be. So if I only get 85 cents, obviously I'll be like, ayo, could have been more.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the second thing is, what if the merger deal cancel? I think it's still fine because number one, their business is still functioning as well. I mean, you can see that the past quarterlies are still doing good. They are still trading below NTA also. So you can say that the margin of safety for these companies is pretty high up already. So even though it cancel, it is still it's nothing's much going to change unless one of their FPSO facility like bomb or something like that. Then definitely it will tank. But other than that, if let's say the deal go through, it's still a benefit. It just depends on what is the upside for Bumi Armada.
Too busy to find stock ideas? Check out Fire Pro to shortcut your research time and effort by 90%. 10% off link in the comments and description.
Now, the third one is, if they merge, what's next? I think there will be lesser oil and gas counter at the moment, and also MISC will be having a new FPSO. Or is it they already have one? Probably they just want to add another FPSO that Bumi Armada is operating in. So it will be quite interesting to see what will be the future development for MISC, because assuming MIC is the major controller of Bumi Armada, right? Will they try to clean things or turn things around for Bumi Armada? Will they make it even better as it was before. So I think that is something to keep an eye on for MISC in the future, because who knows, maybe they can even be better than Yinsen, right? You never know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, you never know. So yeah, that is the end of the video. And before you guys go, this is Fire Pro's.
Yeah.
I would say pretty good performance, especially for the boring portfolio. Since April 2024, we launched it. It is up 16.11%, and we already beat EPF annualized return already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
multiple
the
four.
next 3 years probably.
Yes, exactly. So
2.5. Yeah.
correct. So it's like three times already, 3 times
Yeah.
EPF return.
By the
in
way,
just 7
guys,
months.
totally unexpected. We just knew that the companies that we put inside here is good in our view, but you know.
Yeah, our conservative, actually, we thought that it's just gonna outperform EPF by a little bit, like maybe 8%, 9%, but 16% is just too. It's a little bit too good already lah. For Malaysia portfolio also has been doing well, about 49%. For Fire Pro Global, this is finally the time where we can actually disclose our returns.
And we are down.
And we are down. But there's still a lot of cash to deploy for Fire Pro Global. So we are still trying to add more positions for these global portfolio. And if you are interested to know what are the names behind all of these companies, right, you can check it out by subscribing to Fire
and of
Pro.
course, a lot of the discussions about Bumi Armada that we're sharing were also already inside Fire Pro. So obviously, information comes a lot faster in our program and groups. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So if you want to get a taste, you want to see how we do our write-ups, even SIB program. If you want interested about our SIB program, we also did show a sample video inside this Fire Free sample.
Yep.
The links will be in the description and comments. And with that said, we'll see you next week.